ready now.
In the soap opera world of wrestling, WWF Royal Rumble's arcade approach isn't too strange. Focusing on perhaps the most beloved format of the sports entertainment enterprise, it seems like an easy win, with a frantic pace and exaggerated wrestling action. Ported from the arcades to Sega's grey box in 2000, the use of the SmackDown engine and the spirited attempt to capture the frantic nature of the stipulation ensure a solid amount of fun can be had, especially with more people. Unfortunately, a lack of meaningful additions to the package and poor longevity for solo players means it's not the true wrestling game DC owners would hope for. For those unfamiliar, the Royal Rumble is a 30-man contest which sees everyone trying to throw opponents out of the ring until only one is left standing. Sega and UK's take a frenzied approach to the stipulation, with matches typically lasting 20 minutes, which see you striking, grappling and Irish whipping opponents while wearing down other wrestlers so you can eliminate them. Each match has a timer countdown, with extra time added for every elimination you perform. Once you eliminate 30 other opponents, you win, although if you succumb to elimination yourself, you can re-enter the match and carry on, albeit with your streak gone and a lower place on the leaderboards. It's a much loved idea, and admittedly, UK's capture the frantic nature of the match in an arcade-like condensed style. It's especially fun when 4 players are joining in and continually taking each other on. It plays the part too, with a modified version of the PS1 SmackDown games powering it. Everything from animations to character models feel eerily similar, albeit with a newer gen sheen. The move list isn't quite as complex, but it works well within the context of the mode type. During Exhibition, which presents a more straightforward 1v1 match, the mechanics are altered slightly, as both you and your opponent are accompanied by a manager, and key button presses allow you to perform co-op moves, including double team finishes, distraction tactics, and calling in your partner to hit a cheap shot. If that wasn't crazy enough, matches sometimes feature a cavalcade of interference and even send you to the backstage area. Once worn down enough, opponents can be knocked out or pinned. It feels like it handles very well, and the pick up and play nature suits the multiplayer especially. Unfortunately, WWF Royal Rumble feels severely anemic compared to competing games. Despite how strong the roster was in 2000, there's a meager 21 wrestlers available here, with most of the big names like Stone Cold, Triple H and The Rock, but very little else. Bearing in mind that it's a 30-man match type, this unfortunately leads to wrestlers re-entering the match multiple times, sometimes at once, making things feel stale very quickly. The exhibition puts you on a tour de force through these characters, feeling less repetitive as a result, but it too can be blown through and worn out quickly. Unlike dynamic ports like Crazy Taxi, the only additions from the arcade are unlockable versions of Shane and Mr. McMahon. It's disappointing, to say the least. But with the Dreamcast powering this Rumble, the presentation is admittedly rather good. wrestling models look crisper than those in competing titles, appearing closer to their real-life counterparts. And while animations are clearly pilfered from UK's PS1 wrestlers, it looks great too. The sound is a touch sparse, with the few music tracks tending to repeat, canned sound effects, and a distracting whistling noise when performing co-op moves. The real shame is how disconnected it feels from the product, missing a lot of the real-life dressings which made WWF special at the time, including a lack of entrances, music when wrestlers enter the Rumble, and distinctive animations which set the wrestlers apart outside of unsatisfying, short intros. The only thing that captures the feel of programming is the use of music during victory screens. WWF Royal Rumble is weird to grade. On the one hand, it plays well, with strong mechanics, and it does a great job capturing the anarchic, exciting spectacle of the titular stipulation. But on the other, it feels as if UK's made very little effort translating this one to the console. The meagre addition of 2 extra characters doesn't cut the mustard next to other arcade ports. That being said, those who happen to have 4 controllers and 3 mates spare might find this one worthwhile, as the game really comes alive during multiplayer scraps. But those hoping for a compelling single-player title for their Dreamcast may want to look to the slew of Japanese exclusive wrestling titles, as the West would never get that killer app grappler.